Good day, class. Welcome to our modular distance learning in Tleq1, which cover the horticulture production. We are now in lesson 2, which is the care of seedlings and growing plants. These are the following objectives. First, identify the different diseases that may affect the nursery. Second, give ways to prevent nursery diseases. And third, the importance of taking care of the seedlings and growing plants. Let me give you first an exercise. I have here a word search puzzle. Try to find out the words that corresponding to the plant's diseases. You can find at least 3 words in the puzzle. Okay, I think you're done searching. Let us check if you got the right words. Okay, class. First word is the powdery mildew. Second word, which is written backward, is the damping off. And the last word, which is written diagonally backward, wilting. I guess you got the 3 correct words. Okay, now let's move on to the common nursery diseases. Number 1 is damping off. It's a horticultural disease or condition caused by several different pathogens that kill or weaken seeds or seedlings before or after they germinate. It is most prevalent in wet and cool conditions. The fungi attack the seedlings at soil level and causes rotting. Next, we have powdery mildew. A plant disease with small white powdery patches are formed on the leaf surface, and later the whole surface of the leaf is covered with powdery mycelial colonies. Number 3 is wilting. This is the loss of water or rigidity of the non-woody part of the plants. It is mainly caused by overcrowding. These are the 3 common diseases that are often seen or occurred in the plants. Now, let's move on to the ways to prevent nursery diseases. Letter A, we have water and irrigation. The regular supply of clean water is essential to plant growth. Plants are made out of more than 90% in water. The amount of water seedlings are required depends upon the following. First, we have seedling age. More water is required after germination, especially when the seedling is young, but reduces as the seedling grows in age. Next, the amount of sunlight. If the area is exposed to sun, more water is needed and vice versa. Do not keep the area shady for too long to reduce water use. And then last is the soil type. A sandy soil loses water faster than a soil with high clay content. Hence, sandy soil needs more frequent watering. However, a clayey soil becomes hard when it dries out. Letter B, we have weeding. Weeds are a threat to healthy seedlings' environment. They compete with seedlings for nutrients, water, and light, hence they must be eradicated or controlled. Because if your soil is full of weeds, it will rob your plants of the available nitrogen. Letter C, adding more fertilizer. To determine when to add more fertilizer, use the date of packing up as your starting date and add on 3 or 6 months, depending on your fertilizer release time frame. If the plant is showing signs of low nitrogen, then you could do one of these 3 things. Number 1, make a shallow hole into the pot and add 4 to 5 granules of slow-release fertilizer. Number 2, apply worm castings directly to the surface and water well. And then number 3, apply seaweed water solution to the leaves or defoliar spray, or soak in seaweed solution once in every week until plants recover. Letter D, we have hardening or hardening off. Hardening is to expose the seedlings to harsh conditions, to make them strong so that they will be able to survive under harsh climate in the field after planting out. It is also a gradual preparation of seedlings for field. Hardening is done through the following processes. Number 1, when the seedlings grow and reach the planting size. Number 2, reduction in watering intensity based on quantity. Number 3, before planting out, root pruning should be carried out frequently. And number 4, good preparation for outplanting results in good field survival. Letter E, postponing planting. If it's not possible to plant when the seedlings are ready for planting out, or reach the right size for planting, which is the 1.5 feet, or the seedlings are not bought, cut the tips of the plant to suppress further growth, so that they will not be overgrown during next season planting. Letter F, root pruning. Root pruning is the cutting of roots to control system development beyond the container. Root pruning is done through the following processes. Number 1, adding water to the seedlings properly. Number 2, using a sharp knife or wire or scissors to cut the long roots underneath the container. Number 3, uplift the containers or wrenching to cut overgrown roots. And number 4, water the seedlings well after root pruning. Letter G, seedling protection. Seedlings are delicate and susceptible to attack by various pests and disease, as well as weather conditions. Such damages can seriously weaken or kill the seedlings. Damage and disasters in the nursery are caused by the following factors. Number 1, weather conditions. This is damage caused by the adverse weather conditions. We have to consider the weather conditions. Like in Benguet, they can grow full season vegetables. Number 2, human. This is the stealing and or intentional damaging of seedlings by human beings. Number 3, livestock and wild animals. Livestock and wild animals browsing or grazing on seedlings. Fencing can upset this. Rodents such as field mice or rats frequently cause serious damage to seedlings in the nursery as well as in the field by eating them. Number 4, insects. Letter A, thrips, or the scientific name is Stanchaetothrips biformis. There are laceration of the tender leaves and the plant sap is sacked. Letter B, green leafhopper, or scientific name is Nepoetetic virescens. The symptom of damage is yellowing of leaves from tip to downwards. Letter C, rice caseworm, or scientific name is Nymphula dipunctalis. The caterpillars feed on green tissues of the leaves, and leaves become whitish, papery. Letter D, paddy stem borer, or scientific name is Serpophaga incertulis. It causes drying of the central shoot, known as dead hearts, and the panicle becomes dried, known as whiteheads. Letter E, swarming caterpillar, or the scientific name is Spodoptera mauritia. The larvae cut the seedlings in large scale. They feed voraciously and transfer from one field to the other. Now that you already know the common nursery diseases and the different ways to prevent plant disease, I want you to answer the Learning Task 1. Identify the following. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. These plant materials are delicate and susceptible to attack by various pests and diseases, as well as weather conditions. Number 2. It is a method of cutting the roots to control root system development beyond the container. Number 3. It is done to expose seedlings to harsh conditions to make them strong and able to survive under harsh climate in the field. Number 4. These are threats to healthy seedlings development, and they compete with seedlings nutrients. Last, number 5. This kind of soil loses water faster than a soil with clay content. Okay, I think you're done with Learning Task 1. Now, let's move on to the Learning Task 2. Write the corresponding scientific names of the following insect pests in the nursery. Again, write your answer in your notebook. Number 1, green leaf hopper. Number 2, paddy stem borer. Number 3, thrips. Number 4, rice caseworm. And then last, number 5, swarming caterpillar. Okay, I guess you're done with the Learning Task 1 and Learning Task 2. Now, let's move on how to take care of seedlings. There are important factors to consider on how to take care of seedlings. Number 1, seed starter mixes are formulated with all the nutrients your new plants should need until they are planted outside. Number 2, the exact time will depend on how warm the room is and how hot the light. The best temperature for optimum growth is between 70 and 80 Fahrenheit or 21 to 26 Celsius. Number 3, hardening off is done before your plants are introduced to the garden bed. And number 4, avoid exposing seedlings to temperatures below for more than a few hours and above 100 Fahrenheit or 37 Celsius, which will stunt root growth. You have to consider these points to ponder. Growing plants from seeds is a rewarding endeavor that reaps big rewards. Caring for seedlings after germination isn't hard, but attention to such things as damping off, nutrition, temperature, water, light, and transplanting will guarantee stout seedlings that survive the rigors of outdoor living. Okay, now do the learning task number 3. On a sheet of paper, write a paragraph on how to take care of the seedlings. You have to consider these rubrics in learning task number 3. The topic sentence or the main idea, the organization, and the legibility. These are scored by 4, which is the highest, followed by 3, 2, and the lowest score is 1. And for your engagement activity, choose any type of seed you want to grow and apply the different ways in proper care of seedlings. You may do it in your backyard garden or even in a pot. I want you to write a reflection in your notebook after taking this lesson. I learned that blank and I realized that blank. Okay, class, that's all for our lesson 2. Compile all your answer sheets in your portfolio and be ready on the date of submission. Thank you and good luck.